Alright, good. I see the file there. Yeah, I'm back in Satisfactory. I'm gonna actually have a hard drive scanning. It's been a busy week, and I've got still enough work to do that I don't want to be in Darksiders 2 right now. So, yeah, and also I did, prior to having all the work that I'm doing, I did spend some time doing some renovations to this. You can see some of them all along there. I'll go through those later. But I first actually want to head over here. Show off that stuff. But, yeah, in my notes, though, for this, I mainly just have two things. One, the file goes up, but the article isn't out yet, nor is the video. Scully? Maybe you guys remember seeing that? Some of the news coverage that I've had for that. Excuse me. How would I describe it? It's puzzle platform, I guess, technically, would be it. You play as a reanimated skull on this island, and you are helping to calm the four the siblings that are basically gods that rule the island, that manage it and all that, take care of it. You have been brought back to life by one of them because they're kind of warring between each other, and it's upsetting the island, all that, so you're there to hopefully address all that. And being a reanimated skull, you go around as a ball. At least until you jump into certain special mud pits that allow you to take on special forms. In the preview that I got access to, that was just one form. It was just the first two chapters, with the first one being basically just introduction, then the second one you actually get one of those special forms, which was the big guy form, strong. It was definitely interesting. I enjoyed it, and since I will admit, since I first saw the preview for, since I first saw the announcement for Scully, it looked interesting to me. It looked like a game I would enjoy, and the preview was enjoyable to me. It did continue my feeling. Alright, yeah, so coming to what I did here, I've replumbed so much here. I actually may have already shown off some of this, so I got the oil coming in to there, gets split down to here for, oh wait, no, over there to make rubber, and there's another level behind it. I'm actually too far away to highlight it this way. For plastic. Yeah, rubber's the closer one than plastic. But this line is for taking the waste, the heavy residue oil, and make it into petroleum coke there, and then it all just, maybe this was actually here last time. And then that all goes into the sink here, which it's doing decent. But along with doing that, I also, because it's making circuit boards out of rubber and the petroleum coke, was never really that efficient before. You know what? The issue I had was running out of rubber, but looking here we can see that it's actually doing alright, so I guess I'll let that get going. Which is actually funny, I'm full on circuit boards, so it'll just go through and be crushed up. This is for making the containers so that any excess heavy residue that would, if there's enough of it, would actually fill up here, then come into here and get bottled up basically and destroyed. But this is the main thing that I worked on, because this maybe I covered it last time, but this is the new. So from this oil production, that's at 300 a minute, so that's the maximum flow rate possible. It's currently capped because things are kind of already full. It takes these 4 pumps to push the oil up the height of this tower into this buffer, which is really just being used as a buffer. And as you can see, it's currently more or less balanced, so whatever gets in, it's also spitting out. It's a little annoying. It should actually be filling that up more. Yeah, the fluid dynamics in this game are not completely accurate, by the way. But yeah, from there, it then... this is weird, but I will explain. So, it goes through, and then... here. It comes down from the buffer, comes through the wall up there, then it comes down and goes back out here. The reason is so that it comes up to the splitter from underneath. That helps with balancing a lot, because it will basically try to fill up horizontally first, and then once it goes up high enough, then it will start filling up the stuff up there. So that way, this tube, that pipe, and this pipe should get the same amount. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's a lot better. Now you'll also notice though how I have it going all this distance out. That's because when I had it before where basically all of the junctions were near each other and these pipes were longer, then it was actually preferring one side to another. And I also have this set up here because it was ignoring filling this pipe for some reason, but doing the others. But this, nah. Because it has to pump, it would have to push the oil up this way, this actually gets filled first. And you can actually see right there, I had set up to basically do that exact same thing there if necessary. But it's all good. So these all make fuel, although they're currently kind of tapped, because I've got another buffer system set up here. And this is completely full. And it's not even using that much. Why is that? I'll show you in a little bit. Okay. So here we've got all these fuel generators and that same kind of setup where I'm just running things out. But here it's, one goes down and then a whole bunch of junctions from here. Now, all these are working, though technically they wouldn't. If this was going at full speed, they wouldn't, because these pull more fuel than the 300 max flow that's possible, or the 100 for each because of how it's separated out. But they're not being run at full, not even close. See, it's all the way down here, my extra power usage, but I'm capable of 9,900 megawatts. So 9.9 gigawatts, but we're only using not even 4. How did I get all that power? Well, that's what all these stations are for. So let me move so I can go and get some. Well, get on the train and show you what all that is. And I can also talk about the other main thing that I have noted. There is other stuff I can talk about, like... Sorry, my brain just slightly turned off because I was trying to decide how best I wanted to phrase it. But there's like a new trailer for Ari and the Secret of the Seasons. It's not exactly a trailer, it's a developer commentary, but it does show some gameplay. That looked interesting, I could talk about that a little bit. But no, the main other thing that I have noted... Why am I running? The tubes. The main other thing is the Devolver Direct. That's what they're calling it. I don't remember if that's the name that they've used in previous years or not. Oh, this is something else I did. I also made these diagonal. And lay down the track, obviously. So, basically, Devolver Digital is an unusual company. I don't know if the story is actually that they were kind of not invited to E3 one year and they said, okay, we'll do our own thing, or if it is just them doing their own thing because it's Devolver Digital, which is exactly enough reason for them to do stuff like this. But every year at around E3, they put out, a video like this that's just over the top silly. And, like, when, I think, was it last year's where they made up, what was it, is that Chief of Synology? I think, is that the name? Here, let me actually just look at the press release. It's pausing because of the quick save. Auto save, sorry. Now where is it? That is it. Okay. Chief Synergy Officer, sorry. I think that's the made-up title that they gave her. They made her... They killed her off in the previous one, and then brought her back RoboCop style. It's... Devolver is kind of weird, but they're also pretty awesome. Because they lean into that weirdness fully. And it's like, let's have fun with this, let's be ridiculous with it. And it's also then, because they're, an indie publisher, you may have a weird game idea, all it takes is them liking it, and they'll publish it. It's going to be more involved than that, but it's weird ideas, we'll work with them. And also that they have non-weird ideas too, like come on, brain, turn over. Serious Sam. The Serious Sam games are Devolver published. Which reminds me, that's another thing I have to work on at some point. No, I don't have like a review queue or anything for Serious Sam 4, but I do want to go through the previous games. I still need to clean this up. I just realized you can put walls on that, change out some of these to the 1 meter tall instead of 2 meter. Also still need to do all the aluminum stuff. But yeah, anyway, the Devolver Direct will be on July 11th, and so that's a week from today, because this comes out on Saturday, I'm recording it on Friday. It also, yeah, that's true, it's coming out, this is coming out on July 4th, and it did occur to me, if I still had Metal Wolf Chaos XD installed, that's what I should do. I don't still have it installed, though. I uninstalled that a while ago. Because I can't easily just pop into my head, what is a July 4th kind of game? What would be better than that ridiculously over-the-top and wonderful game made by Japanese developers? Was that also... That might have... Hang on. Oh, wait. Let me stop this. Oh, I also don't know. That might... Well... Yeah, I don't think I have that set up, so I don't want to go to the right. But let me... Chaos... I'm trying to remember if that is actually... That's felt here. Yeah, that was published by Devolver Digital. I was just thinking, wait, what's that? Because that kind of over-the-top game is definitely the kind that Devolver would be happy to help publish, and it's also a fun game. That really was. Alright, and I don't know which way I'm gonna go. Right here. Okay, I don't want to go that way, because I don't think I have that way finished. Wrong button. But yes, I need the arrows pointing this way in order to go straight. At some point, I really hope Coffee Stain cleans up that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's... my mind is jumping around things. But yeah, so tomorrow's... For me, when this comes out, though, will be July 4th. And it'll hopefully be a lot of fun for people. I'm not really planning anything special. We're family's gonna do, cookout thing. Well, we can just keep going straight in. On Sunday, because that's just easier for our schedules. Probably won't do any fireworks, but still, it'll be nice. It'll be nice for us. Did I set up a support on that? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So, okay, that's where the heavy martial frames are made, but we're going over here. There's actually one down there, but this is, like, the longer path. And since coming down that ramp, I have not touched the accelerator at all. This is just go. Okay, well, no, it might make it up this hill, but that might be it. But getting back to the Devolver Direct, it's probably going to be interesting and amusing, and that's how it should be seen, as amusing. But it is also worth noting that the previous one, because I did put a link to that in the various video game stories, the previous one is age-gated, and I expect that this next one will be as well. But it will be streamed on the Twitch gaming channel and on Steam. And there will also be some demos that come out with it, including a demo for Carry On, which is one game I actually am interested in, though I'll probably avoid demos just because I am hoping to potentially review it and, you know, like, restrict what I see. And see it from here. What's not finished with that other path is I actually wanted to connect down here, because for the aluminum, do I have that? No, I don't have that marked on the map, but it's, yeah, the aluminum would be about here, I think. I need water and I need oil to actually make the aluminum, and we got water here clearly, and there's actually some oil nodes here, like one right there. I think there's another one further back. But no, the reason for all the train track, though, we passed some examples already, but here's one. Geothermal power. So it takes a while to unlock it. But once you do, you get base. Oh, it doesn't show it here. But yeah, it's not completely finished. It provides 200 megawatts of power each, and just constant. And there's 18 in the game, and I basically ran around, set up the train track to eat with stations at each to hook them all up, because the power connection here, that isn't to power this train station exclusively, it's also to power the rail, because this is a way to get distant bases powered and also have easy transportation to. This is a crashed pod. Normally there's something that would actually try to attack me, or otherwise try to kill me here. I guess I already dealt with it and it hasn't come back. Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, that's actually going to be really easy. Actually, it isn't. And fresh hard drive. Alright. There. So that back up. I could also have just connected that to this, but that only has one connection, this only has one connection. But yeah, I could have done that because it is, I mean, that would just have 9.7 gigawatts, whereas this is 0.2 gigawatts. It'd still work out. Alright, I do have some others, and I figure I'll show the larger network. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I guess I can start talking about some of the other stuff, like the Ari and the Secrets of the Seasons, which I'm trying to remember what that technically would be considered. That 3D puzzle platformer, I think, would be fair. There's 2 geothermals down there in that station to connect them. I definitely need to go through and connect and put supports under this stuff. Yeah, we can just go either way. And it was interesting, that developer commentary, watching that, showing the different things, some of the abilities that Ari will have, and thus the player will have. Yeah, doesn't this fog get annoying at times? Fortunately, that will be, there are ways to turn that off. I don't know what I was actually going to say, but enough people enough people have complained that hopefully the developers will be like, okay, we'll add in a toggle on the options or something so that it's not so constraining. Because while doing this, I definitely needed to turn it off at times because I couldn't. Yeah, so here are 3 geothermal spots in one of the terminuses, because I don't have a reason to go further forward yet, but I did build that out, so I hopefully will go up there at some point. Yeah, so the RA thing, it was interesting. So we saw some combat in that, but also she can conjure magical spheres. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's something down there. But there's also the spitter things down there that are so annoying. They are easily the enemies I hate the most. Oh, and then we got the poison rocks. That's actually very common, poison rocks. That just make it lethal to be nearby. Oh, no. Yeah, and 2 geothermals set up over there. Then so now there was found by poison rocks, and now we can't see anything. But yeah, it was the whole summoning of the magic spheres to do things so that you have, like, now there's water there that you can swim through because that sphere was putting water in there at a certain level. Definitely looks like it could be very interesting. What else was there? THQ Nordic shared 2 trailers for Destroy All Humans. One is to mark July 4th. Another is actually an interactive trailer, so you can, the whole it plays one trailer and then you can decide, based on a decision that you make, you can view another trailer, so you could see what happens if you interrogate one of the agents in there to learn more. Oh, I wasn't far enough back. Unfortunately, a lot of I can't just autopilot to all these places, because not everything is set up for that. What? I know I changed that direction, didn't I? I don't know why that wouldn't be taking me there. This one I might be able to go to. I just need to remember what its name is. North. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I can get to this one because I'm still facing the right direction, but like the lake base, because that's behind, it won't figure out how to do because it would have to go in reverse. Hopefully, at some point, Garfistein figures out how to get it so that, it can't understand that these things do also go in reverse. Yeah, this is actually one, this or that other one where I stopped at. Probably ones that I will build up further connections on, like to get back into this region, which is a desert region, which is why this one is. Is it this one? Sub-desert. That's why I have it called that. So here I have to go this way, and up here I can just go straight up. All right, now I'm gonna head back to the lake base, to the main area, because yeah, that's just where I want to be. Although, well, yes, I want to head back to the main base so that I can take care of that hard drive, and then I will probably move myself back to the Lumen production, so when I have time to come back to this, I can work on that. So I think what other things. Trackmania released from Ubisoft, which the starter access level is free to play. They also revealed their Hyperscape, I think that's the name of it. It's a battle royale. That, I will admit, it does look like it could be interesting because it offers certain twists, certain changes on the genre. I'm not really into battle royale games that much. I mean, it's like I played 8 games of Fortnite, won the 8th one and uninstalled it because like I can't do better than this. Reinstalled it. I think I've mentioned this before because it's like, yeah, you know what? I'll look at this Star Wars event thing ahead of Rise of Skywalker. Didn't realize it would throw me into an actual game. It did that, and I won that too. So I've played 9 games of Fortnite, won 2 of them. I'm not doing better than this. So it's like I'm not I don't have a great interest in Battle Royale games, to be, regardless. But it's like, my experience has been, well, I win them, so what's the fun? That is so stupid a statement, I know, but I hope you understand what I mean by it, though. It's like, this is more fun. I feel more accomplishment doing this than somehow I managed to be in a match where I got very lucky with who I was matched against and got lucky with where I was. I guess I can probably talk a little bit more about the Scully preview, because I already said, yes, I did enjoy it, and I am looking forward to when the game releases in August, I think? I don't actually remember at the moment. Yeah, it was looking fun. Yeah, I definitely need to set stuff up there, because, yes, I have a train station floating in the air currently, connecting to those two geothermal pads. I will do something at some point to give that support. Yeah, so I didn't need to set up the coal power generation here, but I still can. I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, Dead Cells. That is a game that I have not played, do not have. I probably could get a key if I wanted to. I would play it if I were given a key to review it, but it's not really a game that I would seek out. I'm not much for roguelikes, typically. Of course, I do enjoy the Hades game from Supergiant, which is roguelike, so there's that. But, it's, It is a well-respected game, Dead Cells, but it is, it got its update 19, I believe, but also impressively 3 million sales. It's crossed 3 million sales, which is an awesome accomplishment, especially since it's only about 2 years old. It released in 2018. I don't remember the month or day, but I did look at that and it's like, that's averaging more than 1 million sales a year for an indie game. That's impressive. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Deep Silver, that's right. Publisher for Codemasters released some stuff concerning Dirt 5 and F1 2020. Dirt 5 is October, I want to say? Oh, wait, I'm going too far. Oh, at least this one's fairly easy. You can totally reach the next stop, but what are you talking about? Yeah, so with Dirt 5, the different vehicle classes, car classes have been revealed. And for F1 2020, a features trailer has been released. So the various new features in there, starting off with the My Team one, which is definitely an interesting feature. So the idea is you can be the driver manager for an 11th F1 racing team. Definitely an interesting idea. Because then it's like you have to manage your facilities, you have to manage contracts, you have to manage the second driver as well. Other things, an ERS overtake button now. So ERS is energy recovery system, I want to say? Energy return system? Something like that. It's like when the car brakes, it builds up energy in batteries or capacitors that can then be dumped into motors to give you a boost of additional power at times. So now you'll actually be able to manually decide to use that power to overtake. Overtaking is not always that easy in the F1 games, so that could be quite helpful. What do we have? Yeah. See, I don't like this because it's this alternate recipe, because, like, okay, yeah, it might be more efficient, but at the same time, it's so much more sulfur that's needed. It's like, why not just do the sulfur and charcoal direct? Although, true, the compacted coal does need to be used. I'm gonna be able to produce silica with the aluminum stuff, so that's not... And I don't need charcoal. Oh boy. Limestone and quartz. I don't even know where those two are. But I'll go with that. Alright, now to dump some things that I don't need on me. That I can dump that too. There. There. Yeah, those might prove useful. Probably not, but they might. Get that going. Nice little boost there, and yeah. But, oh man, I love all this distance. I can still power things. Alright. So yeah, with this done, and how long is it? I hope it hasn't been that long. Yes, only half an hour. That makes me so happy. Because I do have things to do. I got one project that low priority. Hopefully it won't be long before I'll be able to get back to it. And another project that is a higher priority that will hopefully be out next week. We'll see. And also hopefully the Scully thing will be out next week. So that everyone can see how much, can read my impression of it. Because I did write an article for it. And also I did capture my playthrough of it. And I did enjoy it. Oh, and for anyone curious, because it's actually funny, I started writing the review and then I went back and replayed the game. I initially played it with a controller because that is recommended by the developers. I then replayed it keyboard and mouse. And now true, it's only the first and second chapters, so maybe keyboard and mouse don't work as well for some of the other forms that you get. But for what I played, for that preview, chapters 1 and 2, keyboard and mouse felt fine to me. So, just as if anyone else is interested in that and has seen some people saying that, oh, they recommend it's a controller, it makes sense why it's recommended for a controller, but keyboard and mouse, definitely viable. So, yeah, for anyone that is important to, yeah, so it's like I started writing, then I played, and it's like, went back and had to rewrite some stuff, because it's like, yeah, it actually does work. Actually does work. Alright, see you next time. I hope. Hopefully I won't be so busy still that I won't really have time. That probably won't be the case. Anyway, see you next time.